What you're looking at right now is the Laowa 12mm f2.8 for Sony. And that begs the question, how wide is too wide? Mostly you'd think of maybe landscape photography or real estate. Both great uses for this lens. But in the case of today, I've got something else in mind. Like when you're in a car and you want a much bigger field of view, or in the case of today, when you're going to film aviation content and you're going to be in helicopters, which are very small inside, and you need a very wide angle lens. All of that we're going to talk about and play with today as we go out to Connect Glacier with Outbound Helicopter Adventures to film and photograph content for them. All right, well, we got here. It's a little hard to see, but there's helicopters all parked over there. So one thing that's nice about a lens like this is just how much of the surrounding area you can get into the shot when you're, you don't have to put the camera very far away. It's really easy, and there's no distortion. So you'll notice, like on the sides, a lot of times with ultra wide angle lenses like this, you get distortion on the sides where it'll kind of bend straight lines. This doesn't really do that. This keeps everything pretty straight. And just so we're clear, while Laowa did send this lens to me, they're not paying me for this review, and they don't get to see it before it's launched. And look at that. Whew. Beautiful. Obviously, one of the great uses for a lens like this is like a run around talking to camera lens, vlogging lens, because it is so wide. You don't have to hold it very far away, and you get a very, very wide field of view. Like I'm holding it half my arm's length right now, so 18 inches away from my face, and this is the field of view you get, which is pretty awesome. Also, I love doing this stuff. This whole glacier helicopter thing, coming out to take video and photo for Outbound Heli Adventures is one of my favorite things to do. You can probably see why. And I do feel incredibly lucky to be able to do stuff like this. Also, if you drink this water too fast, it will give you the worst ice cream headache you've ever had, because it is, well, it was frozen about 20 seconds ago. So one of the things I love to try and get when I'm out here is when you find these blue pools of water, is to get a nice shot with reflections and everything else in here. So I think this is a good spot for it. This is a nice one. Look at that. So it definitely has a little flaring here. When you hit the lens just right, there's a little flaring there, but still it's not bad, some ghosting flare. So I've been out here shooting a lot with this lens today, and 12mm is insanely wide. Like, it just is crazy wide, but it does look good, it does look sharp, and in places like this where you want to really exaggerate some of the things, like these blue pools and stuff, getting nice and close, they look massive compared to what you're seeing. A couple of tech specs are, it does have an autofocus manual focus switch here, it has a really nice, well-dampened big focus ring, and the front of the lens has a 72mm front filter thread. Now, I haven't really had a lot of vignetting or any vignetting that I could tell, just putting a my Nisi variable ND on the front here, which is pretty cool, because at 12mm you would think you'd have a lot of vignetting, but it really hasn't been bad, at least almost none that I could tell. A little hard to tell from the screen out here today because it's insanely bright, but but really well done. The whole lens feels like it's metal. It feels really well built. It's got a nice weather sealing gasket here on the back. So I'm not too worried about it out here. I mean, today is not a big deal, but I'm not too worried about it in general. And the crazy thing is that you can get extremely close to stuff with this. And when you get that close, especially at f2.8, you are gonna get a blurry background, which is kind of cool. Now, I've actually been testing this lens for quite a while, and I even took it into the desert with me when Jevin and I went and spent a few days in the desert back in April.
You know how I like to go explore glacier ice caves and stuff? Well, Jevin brought me to a spot that is not exactly a glacier ice cave. It's a lava tube. This is pretty awesome. It's a good spot to test out a 12mm lens too, because this is not huge, and in a really tight location like this, or small location, having an extra wide lens makes things feel a little bigger than they actually are.
It opens up back here. Now check this out.
It opens up into this huge cavern. Not huge, but a big cavern, which is super cool. Also a great place to take a fun photo when you're in a location like this that really shows off the size, the scale, the scope of everything in here when you have something like an ultra wide lens like this.
It is such a fun lens to play with. It gives you such a cool perspective of what it's like to stand inside of these lava tubes, and you can kind of play with an ultra wide lens like this to not only make the space feel bigger than it is, although these tubes were actually pretty big, but you can also use it to kind of distort and bend reality a little bit, like when you get really close to something here and showcase these sunbeams that just were super cool coming through the ceiling there.
So check out this old mine. It's actually not that old. There's a bunch of pretty modern equipment, but this mine has been here, what'd you say, Jevin, since the 40s? Since the 40s.
This is what I mean when I talked about the fact that this lens is rectilinear. It keeps all of the lines straight. Right by all this old mining equipment here, if you didn't have a rectilinear lens, then these lines would get bowed or bent. Whereas here, it keeps everything nice and straight. And again, you can play with perspective, and especially on an ultra wide lens like this, playing with leading lines is really fun.
I gotta say that personally, in my opinion, 12mm is way too wide to vlog with or do this sort of stuff. Just feels kind of weird. You can see so much of my arm and stuff holding the camera out, but check out this canyon. Isn't that cool? Go walk back in there and see what it looks like. Well, I just figured out why they call this Spooky Canyon. It is legitimately, it's still, you can see pockets of sun or sky every here and there, but it is like hundreds and hundreds of feet above us. It's wild. And this canyon just goes on for miles like this. So pretty wild, but this is as far as I'm going. Another great use for a lens like this is real estate. And I don't have real estate that I shoot, but I am here working in Chicago right now, so I'm in a hotel room. And this would be a great example to show why you want a fairly wide field of view for, you know, smaller spaces. So to start off with, you really got to watch out for your angles, because if you were to say start right here in the middle of in the center of the bed, like, you're going to end up with a very, very large looking bed. And it's gonna look somewhat unnatural. So larger, with really wide lenses like this, you're gonna want to go more to angle out at certain, you know, in the corners. And even then, you're gonna have to probably crop in a little bit and make sure it's, you know, right. Because this is not a tilt shift lens, if you do, you know, much of an angle with the camera, you're gonna struggle with getting your lines to be straight later on. Now, you can do it, but it's just... Now, why is a rectilinear lens so important? Well, this photo, if it were taken with a non-rectilinear lens, but an ultra-wide lens like this, would probably look something like this. Very bowed, not straight lines. So rectilinear lenses keep all of those lines really nice and straight, which is super important for any sort of architectural photography, real estate photography, anything like that.
Overall, I really enjoyed shooting with this lens. It's useful and versatile if you need ultra wide, which this lens definitely is. I think this is probably a better pick than the 10mm one, because 10mm I feel like is way too wide for almost everything. 12mm, 12 to 15 millimeters is kind of the sweet spot for most of what I did and showed you in this video, but having the 12 millimeters for a lot of stuff has been just super fun and blast to play with and work with. And yeah, overall, like, the lens has performed really well, and I think Laowa's done a great job with this thing. So of course there are links in the description. They're affiliate links if you want to pick one up or if you want to check it out for yourself. Using those doesn't cost you anything extra, but it definitely helps this channel out. Next, you're going to want to watch this video over here. I'll see you over there. As always, if you have questions, ask me in the comments below, or you can join my live stream, which happens most Wednesday nights at 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern. At least if I'm not out in a place like this where there's definitely no way to connect to the internet, which actually isn't a bad thing. I'll see you again soon in the next one. Cheers.